So that's when Breezy was like, Prince, the glasses you wear are whack. Let us make you some glasses. Mm-hmm. And he was like, so you think they're whack? And Breezy's like, yes, she did. I was like, Bree, you're crazy.
The thing is, though, I feel like that's why, can I cuss on here or no?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's why he fucked with us, because we kept it 100 with him. And I think that he only kept a little bit of people around him.
Woo! All right, everybody. This is My Wand here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we got a real unique talent, just unique genetically. We got twins, Coco and Breezy. How are you ladies doing?
We're good. How are you feeling?
Really good.
Beautiful.
I'll tell you why I'm feeling really good. Part of this is I have to listen to the artist that's going to come in. Mm-hmm. So, can you imagine what my vibe has been like the past 5 days, just bumping all your shit?
Wow.
Oh, so you're in like a good headspace right now.
Really good headspace, because all of your music, one thing about it, I mean, I think most of the dance space is very positive.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that's going to like bring me down or make me kind of even reflect on a tougher time. It's all meant to just keep me upbeat and dancing.
Yes.
And that track, really has me.
Thank you.
I rarely add music to playlists. I'm like a playlist snob to the T.
Yeah.
I added you to my playlist on first listen.
Wow.
To my party playlist. Not that matters much, but like that's how much I connected with it. I was like, oh, I can hear this all the time.
Thank you. I love that you added it to your party playlist, because when we were making that song, we actually have some background vocals in there when we were having a party at our house. And we made our friends go into our studio to record the background vocals of the fun that we were having.
Dude,
so
that is a trip.
Yeah.
I was just watching a DJ Quick thing. DJ Quick said that back in the day when they used to record on tape, he's like, it would actually capture the energy from the room.
Yep.
But you guys like literally brought the energy onto the track.
Yep.
Wow. Well, we got so much to cover with you two. Some of Minnesota's just most talented people. Like, I didn't want to box you in as just DJs or just musicians or just entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. You guys are just like conquerors. I think it's like the right way to put it. You know? Because you guys have been through so much. So we could like, I could start from, if I'm correct, you both held, which not that I think you guys are lying, but you know, in the hip hop side of things, there's always capping. You know, people are like, oh man, I had like 3 bodies by the time. You guys each had 3 jobs by the time you were 17.
Yep. Yes. So when we were 15 years old, our dad got sick. And so I'm going to say that we got to experience being independent at a young age. And we got our first jobs at 15. Anyone from Minnesota, our first job was Lee and Chin. Everyone knows that. And then
Asian restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You guys were working under the table?
Yeah, because we got
them. Lee and Chin, they're hiring.
You're actually supposed to be 16 to work the amount of hours that we were working, but we were on hustle mode, and by the time we were 16, we had 2 jobs each. 17, we were working 3 jobs each, which was Lee and Chin and 2 stores at the Mall of America. And for us, we just had to we learned independence and entrepreneurship even through being financially on our own since we were very young.
But on top of working the 3 jobs, you guys went to high school. It's not like you lived the normal youth, but then you also were living an adult life.
Yep. So we went to high school, but freshman year, growing up in Minnesota, we never really fit in. And so freshman year, we went to the counselors and we said, how do we set up our high school life to be able to graduate early? So by the time we were juniors, we already had so many credits, so we only had to go to school half the day. Yep. And then by the time we were seniors, we only went to school for 3 months, and then we graduated early, and we went back in June to walk.
And you did all of that while working these, 1, 2, 3 jobs.
Yeah.
You got, how many hours a week were you working, would you say, at the
Over 40.
time?
Probably 50.
Definitely.
I'm so embarrassed.
But we didn't have a social life because we also got bullied and we didn't have too many friends.
Yeah, it was tough, right? Because you guys grew up originally in Indiana.
Yep.
Kind of like you said, it was like a predominantly black neighborhood.
Yep.
And then you moved to another predominantly black neighborhood.
Yep.
And then you got tossed into just Minnesota, like the Midwest, Vikings fan.
Yeah. Racism.
You guys saw a lot of it. I read Confederate flags, people putting the N-word, I hate.
Yep.
Do you, I always like to use this phrase, conflict builds character.
Yep.
Do you guys think all that built your character up?
Yes. I mean, I think that we live life knowing that anything that we go through, it's part of our story. But I do know that everything we went through as kids, we would always say that this is a chapter in our book. You know, and of course at that time we didn't know how to fully appreciate it. We probably were a little depressed. We probably were sad. But as I get older, I understand that there were certain things that we went through that built us to who we are today. And so I'm appreciative.
Absolutely. I mean, I love how you said, like, we didn't know how to appreciate it. There is no way to appreciate that. You guys went through some real shit.
Yes.
And your pops got sick.
Yep.
And I just, so much props to that. We haven't even got into your, like, actual, like, the whole story.
Yeah.
Just so much props for you guys being able to, like, persevere. And then you collected $1,000 and went to New York.
Yep.
Yes, we literally quit our jobs, sold our car, and during this time, MySpace was very popular.
Yeah.
And so we had a pretty big MySpace following.
Oh, I know. The MySpace twins, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone called us the MySpace twins. And in our heads at the time, $1,000 was a lot of money because we saved up.
Girl, that was a lot.
That was a lot of money. So we saved
Yeah.
up. It was like $500 each. We quit our jobs, we sold our car, and we told our parents that we were moving to New York. And one thing about our mom and dad that I'm very grateful is that even though they couldn't financially support us, they support us with so much love. And they told us, go for it. If things don't work out, you can always come back home, but go for your dreams.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they didn't put their fears and their traumas onto us.
That's amazing. And I'm sure they also endured a lot at the time moving to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, one of the things that's cracking me up is you guys are so similar. A lot of times you say the word at the same time and it comes in harmony.
Yes.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you went to New York with $1,000, how the hell did you not go broke?
We definitely went broke, but we never got to zero. It could have been like a penny or two. But one thing I can proudly say is that I never got into the negatives. Even if we had to pay our rent, we had like a penny or two left. We somehow hustled. But do you want to know how we got like our first bit of money for rent?
How?
So, you know, we were making these glasses. They were safety goggles with studs and spikes. And we had angels. I call them angels now, but we'd be walking down the streets. And people would come up to us like, hey, I support art. Let me buy your glasses off your face. Here's $100. I swipe my Metro card in the train. Somebody's like, they grab my glasses. Here's $200. I'm at the club at One Oak. This lady's like, oh my gosh. Underage at the club, partying, free bottles. And we don't party anymore. I got it out before I was 21. But someone's like at the club, let me have your glasses. Here's $500. So literally, people were, I don't know what it was. I felt like it was like angels that literally
It was our
were
guardian
with us.
angels.
Because people were we weren't walking around being like, buy our glasses off of our face. It was people coming up to us asking
Literally.
to buy our glasses off of our faces.
It's literally like a movie when God sends
Yes.
an angel and
Yep.
you don't know, and their only
Yes.
purpose was to walk up and buy your shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I truly think that when people ask us about our story, like we were intuitively guided, and all of us as humans, like we all have intuitions. And a lot of times when things feel rough, it's because we're going against our intuition and our will. But like when you're able to just kind of trust, like whatever people believe in, and like we all have guardian angels. And so for us, we were intuitively guided, and we just trusted that intuition. And even when things felt like it was a struggle, we didn't allow
was.
it. And it was a struggle, but we didn't allow it to you can feel it, but it's all about how you handle it.
And also, we never used the word. I never said I'm broke because I felt rich, even if I only had like a couple dollars. Like words are spells.
Words
so
are
I was
powerful.
rich in my soul, in my heart, and just
I
because
love
I didn't
that.
have the money, I knew I had a big goal. So we never used the word broke.
I love that. I'm gonna stop using that word.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
use that word.
That's like my go-to word for
Yeah,
the last
no.
5 years.
Release
Okay.
it. Don't.
I love that. I'm rich.
Yeah.
I don't care what my bank account says.
No.
My landlord. I love that.
You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because we recently did a trip to Costa Rica, and we met so many rich people, but they weren't rich in money. They were rich in their happiness, and they chose the life they left the U.S. to go build their own like life in Costa Rica with
Yeah.
no money. And I'm like, what's the difference between these people that chose to live this life versus the people that their identity is based on their career and their money? There's no difference. So like we have to know that material doesn't determine who we are. The material, and we work hard for money to be able to, you know, explore and do the fun things that we want to do, but it doesn't like
Define
who
who
you
we
are as a
are.
person.
Wow. That is like, and you guys do have, you know, financial success. So you guys are rich in the heart, rich in the bank account, rich in the soul, rich in the spirit. Wow, I am inspired. I'm gonna
Thank
leave
you.
this.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave this interview just feeling better about myself.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm ever going to use the word broke again. I'm going to call my girl as soon as I get out of here. We are not broke.
Yes.
I just talked to Coco and Breezy, and when they had a penny, they were rich. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. I am touched.
Yeah.
Now, I got to give you a gift before we get into this next part. I gift every artist an album from my collection.
Yeah.
So I have
Ooh.
2 CDs from you, for you two, from the same artist, which should be a
Wow.
clue. These are,
wait.
you
Can we
guys
open
can
it
pick.
now?
Yeah, please
Okay.
do.
Oh
Please
my
do.
God.
Nothing crazy, but I wanted to give this to you to remember
Oh, this is so special.
this trip. I had to give you some Prince
Wait,
albums.
show them your tattoo, Bree. We have them tatted on our arm.
Yes. Do you guys both have them tatted at the same
I have a
spot?
long sleeve shirt on, but we have all the same
This
tattoos.
is so special.
Wait,
Thank you so much.
all the same body tats?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back into that. We got to get into Prince first.
Yes.
You guys have, when I read your bio, I was perplexed. So talk about guardian angels. If I'm correct, Prince, like
Yep.
the Prince, hunted you two down.
He sure did.
Like not once, reached out once, twice,
Yeah.
3 times. And I
Yes.
think you guys were, as I would be, like, no way it's the fucking Prince. Get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
inbox. Get out of my text.
Yep.
So please elaborate a little bit. How did Prince finally track you guys down, and what was it about you guys that Prince went out of his way 3-4 times to track you two down?
I'll say why, and then Coco will say how. When geniuses link up, they links up. And during that time, a lot of people didn't understand us, but he saw us. And so I think that during that time, this is maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, we were very misunderstood. But when you think about it, the misunderstood, they see you, and we felt seen for the first time.
And I think that the way he found us, we had some random Facebook message. Hey, Prince has a show in New York. He wants you guys to come.
Yeah.
Didn't answer the message because I didn't even think it was Prince. I thought it was like some rapper. You know, everybody calls himself Prince something.
Yeah.
It's like the baby something,
yeah,
little
yeah,
something,
yeah.
Prince X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, he thought
So
it
I'm
was
like,
Little
it's like,
Prince from Bronx or something.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, not answering it. We get another message. Hey, Prince is having a party at Paisley Park. I didn't think Paisley Park and Prince. I still was like, okay, spam message, whatever. Then finally, our friend, her name is Shameless Maya. She's like a YouTuber, influencer, amazing person. She was working with him at the time. She calls us and she goes, y'all, I've been working with Prince and he's been trying to get in touch with you guys for months. And I was like, what Prince? She was like, girl, Purple Rain Prince. So that's when I was like, let me call you back. Let me go to his Facebook message and call the number. So it was his manager that was hitting us up. So we called the number and we're like, hey, all hype. And then he was like, Prince changes his mind. This was like 2 months ago. I can't guarantee you that he still wants to meet you, but I'll tell him you reached out. We
Oh
were
my
like
God.
crushed. But then 2 days later, so Breezy and I, the way we got into music is we have a dance background. And we used to dance when we were younger, and that's how we found our love for music. So I guess Prince saw one of our dance videos from like 10 years ago and was like, I want Coco and Breezy to come to New Orleans and perform on stage with me.
Like 50,000 people.
We performed on stage with Prince.
The first time
The
that you
first
really had a
time.
show
Yes.
was with Prince.
Yes.
Not Little Prince from Bronx, like
No.
the Prince.
Like the
Purple
Prince.
Rain Prince.
Yes.
And y'all were in front of, you said, how many?
like
50,000 people. And you know the first thing he said when we met him was, you guys are going to make me famous.
Yeah, he told us that.
Wait,
I
he
was-
said you guys are going to make me famous.
Yes. And I was like, what are you talking about, Prince? You're going to make us famous. But I
Wow.
remember that quote every day. And I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? We ended up making the third eye glasses for him. And when he wore them on SNL, it was his first TV appearance
I
in
remember
like
that.
maybe 5 or 10 years.
I vividly remember seeing that, and I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
I just remember being like, what are those glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, we were
So-
there.
We were
at
there.
SNL.
We were in the audience, and Breezy started crying because we didn't know he was going to wear them. He couldn't guarantee it.
Yeah.
And he started the show. He started the show with his back turned, and as soon as he turned around, we started bawling.
Oh my! I can imagine. I
Yeah.
would be I would probably faint.
Yeah.
I might like. So okay, we got to continue on this whole Prince thing really quick because he went so far out of his way to find you guys for
Mm-hmm.
what he saw as like the dance video, right? Or he
Yeah.
wanted you to
He
come
just-
dance.
He honestly
knew
wanted
what we
us.
did.
He wanted us to do a lot of creative stuff for him.
Like he wanted us to be his creative directors, and he wanted us to design all his stage stuff.
He brought us into the studio to listen to like his album before it came out.
Was that Lotus Flower? That one,
It was
or-
like one of the most recent ones. I
okay,
forgot the name
it was
of
like
it.
all purple. I mean, most of
Yeah.
this stuff is.
And then he even one time he was like have a party. He would like send us cars when we lived in the hood in Bushwick. He would send us cars to our house to pick us up to like go out to dinner with him with a couple friends. It was like family vibes.
Yeah.
He let us have a party at Paisley Park. But the one thing for us is that we had to make a tough decision. When he was like, hey, I want you guys to do my creative direction. This was before the glasses. And we were like, that's not our trajectory for our career. Like, I don't want to do creative direction. We're building an eyewear company right now. So that's when Breezy was like, Prince, the glasses you wear are whack. Let us make you some glasses. Mm-hmm. And he was like, so you think they're whack? And Breezy's like, yes, she did. I was like, Bree, you're crazy.
The thing is, though, I feel like that's why, can I cuss on here or no?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's why he fucked with us, because we kept it 100 with him. And I think that he only kept a little bit of people around him. And he didn't like yes men around him, like, or yes women.
Absolutely. That makes sense.
Yes men. He liked people that actually like were honest.
Yeah.
And we had a genuine friendship.
That's crazy though. Like, so you literally turned down the opportunity to be Prince's creative director.
Yeah. And we cried, actually, because we thought he
shit.
wasn't going to want to work with us anymore.
Yeah. I remember telling him, I was like, we have a vision, because we didn't want to get stuck in like the Prince trap either, because it could be easy when you work with him to only be stuck.
Work with a big artist.
To work with the big artists in general, to be stuck in their world, and it's hard to like come out and do your own thing. And so when we created the eyewear, we made sure we did it in a way where we actually own 100% of the rights. He didn't own any of the rights.
But he also didn't want to.
He didn't want to. He blessed us with his team. At first, we were talking to his lawyer about making it a collaboration, but he was like, stop talking to my team. I want you guys to own all the rights, and I don't want any money from it. Just buy a house and like save me a room. And that was his way of like saying like, just go for it. But a lot of people sold their rights. A lot of artists that worked with him gave all their rights up.
And he was so much about ownership.
Yeah.
There's stories on stories where like him and Nas were in the club, and Nas was like, yo, I want to make a song with you. And he's like, sure. Do you own your music? And Nas was like, no. And he's like, cool, call me when you do.
Yeah.
DMX said the same thing. DMX said Prince was like, hey, I would love to work with you. Oh, you don't own your masters. I'm good.
Right.
So he really empowered you guys, like was like, I want you to own it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Prince.
Yep.
Shout out. Can I get one more Prince question and then we'll move on?
Yes.
Was he, is all the Prince mystique real? You hear about this like aura he had.
Yes.
Like when he walked in a room, it's almost like oozing out of him.
Yes, it was very real. Like when we would go to our, we'd have dinner with him, and it'd be like maybe 10 of us in a big ass restaurant that can fit a couple hundred. And he'd be that person to like, you never knew when he was coming in or when he was walking out. He just would like be there, and somehow you turn around, he's not there. He wouldn't say bye. Or I remember one time we were at the House of Blues, and it was our first time experiencing a motorcade. So we were part of like his entourage, which I thought was the coolest person ever that night. And it was like 3 SUVs, and we had like maybe like 100 motorcycles. Like the president was going through.
It was
New
like
Orleans.
50. It wasn't
Maybe
100.
It felt like 100. Maybe it was 50 or 20. But anyways, we go to the club, and I'm like, it's Prince right there. He's dancing. Me and Breezy are dancing with him. But I look around. I'm like, hold on. There's like a whole circle of security blocking him so people can't come in, and it's us and Prince. Like, this is crazy. They let us in, but they weren't letting like everybody in.
No other celebrities in.
Yeah.
So you guys were like literally family to Prince.
Yeah.
Where he trusted you more than like maybe it was Bradley Cooper who was out there, whoever.
For sure. Because I remember, like, I won't say names, but I remember there was like one of my friends was hanging out with a really big pop star, and we were at dinner, and we were like, hey, can such and such come? And Prince was like, no. I was like, damn, I thought I was going to be a flex bringing this pop star in.
Yeah,
he was like, no,
Prince,
I don't want anyone extra here.
I'm okay. I can imagine Prince spoke in real, like, short sentences, right?
Soft voice. Very soft and short. And anything he said was powerful, too. Like, he didn't talk a lot, but when he did talk, it was either funny or, like, very powerful.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, there's that Dave Chappelle skit about Prince.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Where he,
Yes.
like, whoops them in basketball.
Yeah,
and, like,
I can
humbles
believe
them.
it. Mm-hmm.
I actually heard he's, like, one of the most talented musicians in sports. Like,
That's
have you
dope.
guys heard the ESPN Prince thing?
No, I haven't.
They wanted to interview Prince because they found out he played varsity basketball. So Prince told ESPN, and Prince at the time wasn't taking interviews with anybody. Told ESPN, sure. ESPN shows up, the guy's in a suit, whatever, with like a microphone, and Prince is wearing basketball shorts and stuff. And the story goes, the guy was like, oh, I'm here to interview you. And he's like, why are you going to interview me? You're ESPN. I'm going to show you what I can do.
Yes!
And he just bawled the dude out. And the guy went back to ESPN and wrote this whole article about how if Prince wanted to play basketball, he was fully confident Prince would have made it to the league.
Wow.
He was like, this motherfucker was like Allen Iverson.
His little self.
That's what he was saying. He was like, he was this little point guard, but he's like, he dominated the court. And
That's
he said,
amazing.
Wow.
Prince had basically set up a 5-on-5 to show the ESPN guy how good he was at basketball. Never talked to him, never gave him a question or an answer.
Wow.
So all of this makes sense. Everything you're
That's
saying about
amazing.
Prince, it kind of goes into his lineage of things I've heard. And I always like to believe, as Pharrell said, no one ever really dies. And I think Prince lives on through everybody, through a lot of
Yes.
folks, not everybody, but you two especially. I think his
Definitely.
legacy will, as long as you guys are winning and continuing to rock crowds and continuing to put out, just incredible fashion, Prince will live on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace to the legend.
Yes.
Now let's get into you guys pivoting to music. Not pivoting because art's always been a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you guys have had so much success in fashion. Not like regular success. I'm talking like you've probably fulfilled over 1 million POs. Like so much success in fashion. What made you two want to take on the challenge of let's become DJs, or let's really take this DJing thing seriously?
Well, we always wanted to DJ, actually. When we were in middle school, we were like, yeah, we want to DJ. We have a friend named DJ Advance from Minnesota.
I know Advance.
Oh, Advance.
Advance the
So
homie.
Advance is like our bro, and
my
he
God, I
knew
love
that we always
Advance.
wanted to be DJs. And when we first started DJing, anytime we had any technical issue, I'd call him at 2 o'clock in the morning like, Vance, for some reason the CDJs are going in reverse. He'll be like, click the reverse switch, And so I remember he DJ'd for us for our 16th birthday party. We had a crazy party.
Y'all been down with Advance for that long?
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Advance.
Yeah,
Wow.
for that long. And when we saw him DJ, we were like, we want to DJ one day, and we're gonna be called the
He,
Double
he
Mix.
like was our first person that we saw DJ. Now that I think about it.
And
Wow.
our DJ names were gonna be the Double Mix Twins. Very corny.
The Devil Mix?
No,
Twins?
the double.
The Double Mix. Okay.
Twins.
It's like some middle school shit.
It's like middle school shit. But the thing about it is that when you are a creative and you have a lot going on, sometimes it can be challenging to do multiple things at one time. And the eyewear brand was growing quite fast. And so we were like, you know what? Let's let the eyewear brand grow. And then once that is steady, then we can like focus on music. Because we felt like if we were going to let the eyewear brand grow and try to grow on music, it was just going to be like two things, 50% and 50%.
Yep.
Yeah, so we spent time with the eyewear brand, and then finally, about maybe 8 years ago, we were finally like, you know what? It's that time. And again, the universe, y'all, we listen to the universe. We kept saying we want to DJ every year. We got an email from somebody, and she was like, hey, I want to book Coco Breezy to DJ.
There was nothing online that
said
showed that we
DJ'd.
DJ'd.
Wait,
Or that we even like had an interest in it. At this point, we didn't even know how to DJ.
How did they know you?
We're
No.
our guardian angels. They told us
Something.
it was that time.
Yeah, they said it was that time. So we took the gig.
Did you do horrible? I imagine it was so tough.
We did
know what?
horrible, but we like kind of killed it because it was the song selection and the energy.
So our homegirl, mind you, we didn't know how to DJ, and the gig was in 2 days. We hit up our homegirl,
Martina McFly.
and we're
who's a
like,
DJ.
hey, we got booked to DJ. We don't know how to DJ, but can you teach us? And she brought us to her house.
And I was already kind of messing with like producing. We already knew music because we were dancers. So you just have to know, obviously the technical side we didn't fully know, but like if you kind of know music, then you kind of know how to at least like
And
switch
have
it on to one,
confidence.
and you have the confidence.
So we took that gig, and after that, the rest has been history. And then it was like, for us, since we knew that we were entrepreneurs in fashion, we like went super hard on understanding the technical side because we knew that a lot of people were gonna judge us, and we didn't want to just
Absolutely.
be like those girls that are in fashion or that are pretty that just are DJing. And so even like our first couple years of even DJing, we didn't even wear fashionable clothes.
And also our friend,
By
his
design?
By only because we wanted people to actually take us seriously as like
Yeah.
musicians and as DJs, and not just be
And
like,
not like a gimmick, like we're
Yeah.
twins and
Yeah.
Yeah, and also our friend, he worked at Scratch Academy. Sorry, Scratch, I'm not gonna say my friend's name in case he wasn't supposed to do this, but he would let us come through for free, and we would go to Scratch every evening before they would close and practice on the turntables, the CDJs, the controllers. We like unset up things, reset up stuff.
so that way, like even like understanding how to like plug the shit in, because like sound guys could be assholes. So you're not gonna like mess my stuff up. I'm gonna know exactly what every button does, every chord, every
Yes.
single
if I'm
technical
switching over
issue.
from Serato with someone that has a USB, one thing I noticed is that a lot of people, at least like Because we learned how to DJ from like hip hop DJs that are like really technical. But now that we're in the dance space, I see a lot of them don't really know like the technical side. So if there's something that goes wrong, they don't know what to do.
But you guys do, because you took the time to disassemble everything and reassemble
exactly.
it. And hip hop DJing it came from a competitive space. Where it was like you're in front. It was almost like a rap battle.
Right.
Where it was like my skills versus your skills. I think dance DJing I love it. It just comes from a space of love.
Yes, and I love that. I think that we have a mix of both because we learned from like the people that are like the OGs, and then now we're in this new space. And we recently just like transferred over from like Serato to USBs. And I'm like, okay, I love USB life. But, I think that the big part for us is that we use our intuition and the timing. And it's been 8 years now. And we were always like producing as well. But we finally found our sound in 2020 and put out like our first single. And
it slaps.
Yeah, thank you.
Everything slaps. All
Thank
the
you.
singles. I was jamming all morning. That's why I have such good energy. Like, so anyone because when this gets posted on YouTube, people are going to have no clue. It is like 11 a.m. I'm normally groggy as hell. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, it's Tuesday. No, I got to listen to Coco and Breezy all day.
Yes.
Like I was saying earlier, that track is contagious.
Thank you.
Contagious.
Thank you.
I notice on your singles, you're always collaborating, or for the most part, with like another talent.
Yep.
So do you guys just do the production, none of the vocals, or you guys do that as well?
So we do the production, and we'll do like some background vocals.
Okay.
Like we might say an ad-lib or like definitely ad-libs. We don't sing.
Okay. Yeah.
But we definitely have like vocals and ad-libs and like all of our songs. Yeah.
Now, do you work with like top line writers, like songwriters? You know what I mean?
Yep. We work with writers, and we also like
we help co-write as well.
It's all like a collaboration.
I love that. I love that because as your mentor would say, Prince, like because Prince did it all.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, Michael Jackson can be, he's the greatest entertainer, but Prince is the most talented musician to ever walk this earth. I don't think anyone's even within 3 miles of how much talent he had. So is that something you guys are going to aspire to, be able to do the whole track A to Z?
I think that is the inspiration, but I think that with anything in life is like
Collaboration.
bandwidth and collaboration too. So of course, like we want to do everything from A to Z, but in life, collaborating is like, we love collaborating as well.
I think the bigger thing in life, and even knowing how to articulate your ideas, is knowing how to do something so you can actually know how to articulate it, even if your hands aren't touching it.
I love that.
And then sometimes you might need to get the best person. Like I don't play the bass, but if I can like make a bass line, but get a bass player to play it better than how I do it, I'd rather have that bass player who's a professional.
Absolutely.
Come and put my idea
on
the bass.
And even Prince worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis for years until he kicked them out.
Yeah.
And so even Prince had people he collaborated with.
Yeah.
I was just curious because I noticed that, and that's most, I think, DJs do work with songwriters and singers, because that's not, like you said, you're not going to do it all. And like, why would you even do that? Like if you can get somebody else. But I was really curious if you guys intend on ever dabbling into using your own vocals.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have some tracks that are unrunreleased that we have our vocals on.
Yeah.
Just that we're shy, so.
Don't be shy.
We're not singing.
We're not singing though. We're like saying words.
No, but there's there's a really great DJ, Nostalgics. She's not like a traditionally trained singer, but she does a lot of her own vocals and top lines. And they're kind of like, you remember, what was that group? The Cataracts?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Remember Dev?
Yeah.
Dev wasn't like, to me, traditionally, she couldn't sing like Mariah Carey, My All, but she had a dope voice. It just fit on that track.
Definitely.
Even like one of my favorite songs of all time is Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters.
Yes.
I wouldn't say Crystal Waters has like the kind of opera, you know what I mean? Like classical, like Whitney Houston type voice.
Right.
But the way she sang that song, no one else could duplicate that.
We love writing though.
Yeah, we love writing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we're definitely involved in like the writing process.
That's great. That's great. And then the production is you guys, right?
Yep.
That's amazing, because I feel like one thing music has been missing since the beginning of music is female producers.
Yeah.
And I talked to one artist and she blew my mind. She said throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, females weren't pushed to mess with technology. It was
Yeah.
almost like frowned upon, like
Yeah.
a girl playing video games, a girl
Yep.
using the computer. So she was saying now that in the 2000s and going on, women aren't going to be judged for getting into the technical side of things.
Yeah.
So I love to see this generation of female producers. I think it's what's going to take music to its next place.
Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
like the female Timberland, the female Pharrell. You know, I think it's that time.
Yeah. I think for us too, I'm grateful that our dad, he raised us in a way that like he didn't enable us as like little girls. And so he enabled us to be able to put our hands and touch everything. Even like if we fell, he taught us how to like fix a car, play baseball, play basketball. He didn't just like put us in pink little dresses
Yeah.
and say like, don't fall. And so that's kind of what inspired us to be able to tap into the things that where they say that women aren't supposed to touch. We like touched it all. And again, it's all about community. It's all about collaboration. We love collaborating even with other producers as well. It's all about just doing what like makes us feel happy and creating music that is healing to the soul.
Absolutely. And you know, music, it doesn't, like, one of the biggest things that was like misconceptions is that like like when you hear a Drake song, you know, it's just Drake who made that song. No, it's always been teams of writers, producers, even Timberland. For like in hip hop, actually, throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, it was a lot of ghost producers. We just
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Timberland had 2 or 3 guys underneath him. Dr. Dre has been notorious for it. But that's just the way it worked. Like if it didn't say, even me as like a 12-year-old, when the record said produced by Timberland, I gave it attention like a motherfucker. If it would have said produced by Nitty Beats, I might have been like, maybe I skipped
Right.
that one, you know? So it was it's always been like, there's always been collaboration, and people are gonna constantly, like, you two are so successful, people are gonna constantly look for ways to break you down.
Yep.
But like, y'all have been through so much.
Yeah.
This industry has nothing. There's nothing to me they can do to like,
Yeah, my
take
thing
you guys
is
away.
people can hate on anything in life with anyone, but you have to understand someone's stories and their intentions. And so I think that people can like walk around and put judgment on others, but they don't understand like what is this person's intentions and why are they doing X, Y, and Z. And so I think that we're not going to allow people to attempt to break us down if they want, because we're walking through life with love and with light, and those are our intentions. And we just want to create and make people feel good.
and you're in the right industry for that. EDM,
Yeah.
dance.
Yes.
I come from like a background of, I grew up listening like Wu-Tang Clan. I still like Ghostface, one of my favorite humans ever.
Yep.
But when I went to my first EDC, it was EDC Orlando like 3 years ago. I remember being like, what the fuck is this feeling in the air? And why is it
Yes.
so positive? Like,
Yes.
even if I bumped shoulders with somebody, they were like, I'm so sorry, are you okay?
Yep.
And there's
Yeah.
such a feeling of just love. You know, they call it
Yes.
FLIR. You know, that peace, love, unity, respect. And I
Yeah.
think you guys are fit right in that mold. It's such a loving environment.
No, it really is.
So I'm really excited to catch one of your sets soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to
We'll
catch
be at
it.
EDC Orlando this year too.
Performing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be there working.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
So
you
I'm
can try to
gonna
catch
be
our
there.
set.
Come catch our set.
Try. I will be screaming like a Justin Bieber fan back in
Love
like
it.
2011. I will be. You can ask my homegirls Nostalgic and Wednesday the way I support when they did their back-to-back set at EDC. It was Orlando last year. They did
Yep.
their first back-to-back set together. I was running up and back and forth on the gate because
That's so
we get
dope.
access to like backstage in some other areas because we do sound. Shout out Insomniac Radio. Well, I was running, hyping up the crowd, like, y'all better get the fuck up. These girls are going back to back.
Yes.
So I will be there. I'll be your biggest
Cool.
fan.
Yeah.
I will
Love
be
it.
losing it. You at one point will see me and be like, oh, this motherfucker's drunk.
Oh, I can't
wait.
wait for you to see us, because I think that for us, even though it's 2 of us, we don't necessarily go back to back. We do like the twin intertwined thing.
It's like one set.
It's like one set, but it's crazy because like one song will be playing, I'll be bringing something in, she'll be doing some effects here. Our arms are like twisted up like this, and it's so beautiful
It's
because
unspoken.
it's unspoken, and somehow we trust that whatever someone's about to do is good. And it's crazy because 2 songs might be playing on 2 decks, and then Breezy will see me about to throw something in on the 3rd deck, and I'm like, girl, trust me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's dope. So I can't wait for you to see us.
That's so amazing.
It's fun.
Like you guys almost have an advantage over other DJs because collectively you have 4 legs, 4 arms, 2
Yeah.
hands. You know what I mean? You can get more done, and
Yeah.
I can tell you guys, your synergy is crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
You guys are on, your chakras are fully aligned,
Yep.
Yes.
top to bottom. So I gotta ask, you guys have different hairstyles.
Yes.
Is that by design to kind of distinguish yourselves?
Actually, you want to say this?
You can go for it.
Oh, so we used to always wear our hair the same. And then finally, Breezy was like, Coco, I want to lock my hair up, which meant I was supposed to lock my hair up. And then we made the executive decision that we need to start living our own lives. I think that growing up in Minnesota and not having like a big community, it kind of forced us to be so stuck together. And as we got older and she understood her identity and I understood my identity, we started making our own life decisions.
Is that kind of weird now? Because I imagine.
No, it feels great.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I love even like when we cut back to that, you guys said that at the same time. You were so synchronized. But have you ever? I always ask twins this. Have you guys ever acted like each other, like in class? Maybe like.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we still do.
Can I get a
I'm
few
not gonna.
examples of when like you've acted like her, you've acted like.
I mean, if we
we're-
go out and I forgot my ID, I'll use her ID.
Fair.
Or we
fair.
used to be members of a membership club in New York that's not around anymore, and we had one membership. Because why pay for 2?
Why pay for 2? It's like 24-hour fitness. Like if you get a free
but
guest
that
pass-
was we don't do that anymore.
Okay. Wink, wink. I know. All of your memberships are about to get canceled. No, but what about like maybe on like a date or like
No.
We've never done it on the date. But you know what's funny? So I recently hung out with this guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like a fire ass R&B singer.
Okay.
And when we were hanging out for lunch, he literally, so we hung out for lunch, and then the second time we hung out, he was like, for some reason, when he told me he had a confession, I was like, what's your confession? And he was like, I thought you were trying to trick me. I thought you were Breezy. And I was like, you think that people are just out to get you? And he was like, I literally thought that you guys were trying to play a trick on me and that you had Breezy show up to lunch.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
but I was like, damn, what's going on? But I guess like when you're that big though, I think that sometimes you can be
Guarded.
wary and guarded about
Absolutely.
like what people's intentions are.
Mhm.
But I just thought that was funny that he like really thought that me and Breezy planned a trick and that it wasn't really mean. It was Breezy.
Like,
who
y'all
went to
changed the
lunch.
hairstyles and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess he didn't remember my hair. Maybe when I saw him, I may have had braids, and maybe like the next time I had my fro or something.
Yeah, or maybe he just went into it assuming that was gonna happen. Like he almost was trying
Yeah.
to manifest it into
Yep.
happening.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier you have all the same tattoos.
Yes, all the same tattoos.
So how does the tattoo decision process go? You guys collaborate on that?
Yeah, we collaborate. There was one time a long time ago.
Oh, I'm so happy you didn't get that.
I wanted to
tattoo.
get like a rose right here. It was like back in the day when that was popular.
Like here, like
Yeah, terrible. And the artist wasn't even that good. And I was like, Coco, I'm gonna get this rose. And she's like, well, I'm not getting that. And I was like, well, fine, we're not getting it, which I'm grateful.
I'm happy she didn't because it wouldn't.
It would've been
wasn't-
terrible.
yeah, it was not cute.
It wasn't cute.
Yeah, I think at
But-
the time it was hot, you know?
At the time, it was hot.
And the thing is, it's still cute if it's done by like the right artist. But
That
the
artist was not
wasn't
fire.
that good at all. It was like a janky.
It was like, you know, when
situation.
you're young, you want to look like you're filled up with tattoos, but then when you get older, you notice that like
The art
they're not-
isn't good.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments.
Well, everything I see looks great, especially
Thank
that
you.
Prince tat. And I
Thank
love that he's
you.
wearing the shades, the
Thank you.
third eye, right? Is what they're
Yes.
called?
Yep.
Do you guys still live together?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Do you guys think there's ever going to be a point where you guys will be able to live apart?
Yeah, I think so. We definitely can.
But something that I kind of see and envision in our like bigger world is like having land, and our houses be on the same land, and we're growing our own food, and we'll be able to like go outside and like pick out our own food and eat. So we might be in different houses, but on the same land.
So you
But-
guys are always going to be like,
But Breezy, if like I end up meeting somebody that lives in a different state and you too, I'm sure we'll separate.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, we're gonna create land for not just for us, but even for our people.
Yeah, that's true.
that was my favorite thing that's happened. Along, you guys are like in the middle of this, you all deciphering. You're like, but what if I feel like maybe you have met somebody, or you
Well,
know.
she met somebody recently, so she's been going to Austin, leaving me.
That's gonna be tough though. You guys you literally genetically, you know what I mean, expressed all the same genes. So you guys have so much in common. There's
Yeah.
no one else that can fill that void. There's no one else that
Yeah.
can fill this void. So that is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
But I think that you guys will never be like the Migos and break up because you're like,
No.
it seems
But
like
they
you guys
broke up.
you know, in public eye, like the
Right, 'cause they have
Quavo
really-
and Takeoff are doing their thing, Offset's doing theirs. But I think
didn't
they're
know
fine.
that.
They're all family. They're all
Yeah. Of course.
related, so they'll be fine.
But
Yeah.
we're twins. We have a different connection.
Yeah.
No, it's inseparable.
Yeah.
I met one group of, because you guys are identical.
We're
We're fraternal,
fraternal
but we look
scientifically, but we just look identical.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You guys
Yeah.
aren't identical
We
twins?
used to lie and tell people we were identical for a long time. We were in denial of being fraternal.
Oh, it's because every time we used to tell people we were fraternal, then we'd have to have a 20-minute conversation about how, well, you guys do look alike. And then people would compare us. So I would just be like, we're identical, so I don't have to talk about it. Because then
Yeah.
people start being like, oh, her nose is bigger, her eyes are bigger. And I'm like, why are you talking about our flaws? That's so rude. Like, with twins, people swear they can be like, oh, she's bigger than you. Like, they think it's okay
Yeah.
to talk about your flaws. It's
I'm
just
like, okay,
me.
let's get to it with you and your friend.
Yeah, you want me to talk about y'all's flaws? Because your feelings are going to get hurt.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
No,
do that.
I think people are just, it's almost like a jealousy we have. Like, I think everyone almost wishes they had a twin, like another. I wish there were two of me. First off, there wouldn't be a Coco and Breezy. It would just be my wand. We would split the workload. I would be here on Tuesday. He would be here on Wednesday. Motherfucker would be here on Thursday.
I love that.
Have you guys ever dabbled into that? Like, do you, any of these jobs, did you ever?
Yeah.
We
hell
had to
yeah.
get 2 bags once because we got double booked. Breezy had to go somewhere and I would go somewhere.
And
That's
did-
the fun part.
But did people know who was who?
Yeah, we tell them. We
Oh,
don't
okay, okay.
Yeah, we don't separate it like that.
Okay, because there's like these NBA brothers, Markeith and Marcus Morris.
Do they have matching tattoos?
They do.
Okay,
They
I know
do.
who they are.
Matching tattoos and
That's dope.
people. There's a conspiracy. I don't think it's real, but that there was an NBA playoff game where like one of them showed up for the other one. But you
Yo.
would never know. They have the same height, same face, same tat,
That's so
same
dope.
playing
I love
style.
that.
I love that.
So do you guys have other twin friends?
Yes, we
we
have
have
a lot.
lots.
We actually have other twin DJ friends, Angel and Drin.
I met one, Ray Cola. I don't know
We
if
know
you
who
met
Ray
that.
Cole. They're our Instagram friends. And then who else are twins? Aaron and Andrew. They're twin DJs too. Yeah, we like know all the twin DJs.
Yeah, we know a lot of twins in general.
Yeah.
It's like a.
Solon Dynasty are twin designers.
I imagine when you meet twins, there's a bond.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Instantly.
Wow.
Because you finally feel like you're understood. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
a lot of times people who aren't twins, they project and they're like, oh, you guys need to do this.
Or y'all need to separate or stop being together. I'm like,
How about you need to learn how to have community and learn how to share and love unconditionally. Because like when you're a
Yes.
twin, you automatically learn how to like share and how to love someone unconditionally. And so since I do that with her, I do that with a stranger.
Oh wow, that really makes sense why because you guys have always had to love each other.
Yeah,
so
we know how to
unconditionally.
love.
Her pain is your pain is her pain. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I am excited to just see your journey, see where it goes. You mentioned you're shooting a video.
Yes.
We're shooting our music video for our song Just
Our
Say.
newest song that's out right now.
Yeah.
Called Just Say.
And our really close friend Christelle DeCastro is directing it.
Oh.
And I'm really excited for her to direct it because her eye is like super cute and good.
She's definitely one of the most like influential directors in our generation. And she's doing our music video, so we're so grateful. It's gonna be dope.
That's so exciting. Now you
Yeah.
two seem like the type to be hands-on with everything.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
hands-on are you with this video?
You know what's crazy? So I'm very hands-on, but I've been learning how to let go and let people do their thing without micromanaging,
Yep.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this video is like a really big part of her vision based on like who we are. So we are hands-on with helping with little small things, but we're really letting her like
Get her
get
creativity.
her creativity out with this.
Because what I learned is that like, as hands-on as we are, also allowing people doing what they do and letting them do it like really good. Because in order for us to grow, if we're always only pushing our ideas, sometimes someone else's ideas might be better than our ideas. And that's kind of what we're doing if she offered to want to do our music video. And we're giving her the space to get her full creativity out there.
Yeah.
And so,
And also, it's like when you're a micromanager, that's not empowering your team. Like I used to be a micromanager, and people did not like me for that.
yeah, and now we have such a we're able to do all the things that we do. We have a powerhouse behind us and a really amazing big team behind us. And so we're in leadership. We're all about empowering our team. It's important for us.
You need that. Like, how are you guys going to branch out and become the next, David Guetta, Skrillex, like have that
Yeah.
kind of schedule,
Yep.
but still be able to sell eyewear.
Exactly.
It would have literally been impossible.
Yeah.
Or if you would have taken my idea and been one DJ, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
just rotated out. One of you do the eyewear company on Monday, one of you do this.
Right.
But you guys, are you guys going to bring the two? Have you already brought the two?
Everything's together.
Everything's together. Yep.
Yeah, everything's.
so?
I mean, because the brand is just together. We go to a show and someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I just bought you guys glasses," or someone buys glasses and they're like, "I just listened to your music." Like,
Or if we
it's
get
all
booked-
hand in hand.
Or if we get booked to like model in a video for a campaign,
We're like-
they're also like we'll score the music for it.
Or they'll license our song. So like anything we do, it doesn't feel like we have an eyewear company and we do music. It feels like
A
we're
brand.
creating the Coco and Breezy world, and we're giving you something to listen to. We're giving you something to wear and be able to see clearly. Like, that's what we're doing.
And can I say one thing too is that in 2022, especially after the pandemic, and I'm just gonna say this because even if it sounds insensitive, I'm grateful that since we had multiple businesses and we weren't just artists, we had our most successful year during the pandemic. And I think that was the time where it opened people's minds up to understand that you can't just be an artist, you have to have a brand. And so everything that we're doing, people are outsourcing it. They're hiring someone else, another company, to create a brand for them. And they're only getting a small percentage of that because the whole company is creating a product for them.
Absolutely.
We're doing that in-house, so we keep 100% of that.
That's what I was saying at the beginning, was that what I love about musicians who already have something else popping, no one can take it from you. Like
No.
DDG, Queen, Naja, they're YouTube stars.
Yeah.
So even if their next 7 albums flop, their YouTube money is good, and they have like a core fan base.
Yeah.
So even if you guys don't accomplish what you want to accomplish in the next year with music, you're good. Like, you're not going to go broke. You're not going to like be banging your head against the wall. You have the means to keep going at it.
Right. And I think the big part for us is like, as we're growing the eyewear brand and as we're like growing music, we're just simultaneously creating both marketing agendas together so
Yep.
it can like coincide together.
I love that.
You know,
Because
so-
everyone needs merch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Artists need merch.
And
our merch is
your merch
Our
is-
merch is glasses.
and it's art, like your merch is arguably bigger than your music right now, which is
It's almost starting to. It is bigger because it's been around longer.
Yeah, there
But
we
it's
go.
starting to almost like align.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
starting to
so
align.
amazing. Well, you two are incredible human beings.
Thank you.
Incredible artists. I'm gonna be bumping you like a motherfucker. I like everything else too, but that track you really fucking caught me.
You
Like,
is my
I liked
jam.
your Impossible remix, and
Thank you.
I liked everything I heard, but you was the one. I
Thank
just was
you.
like,
Thank you. And I
You
want
know.
to say thank you. This is like so we did one radio interview like a long time ago when we dropped a Differences remix. But like since we've been dropping like our own like original music, I think this is our first like in-person radio interview. So I'm excited to watch this in like 5 years when we become like huge because I feel like it's going to happen. I'm
already are
manifesting
big,
it.
but yeah,
No,
bigger.
like when we become like
When you're like David
talking about we
Coletta
get off
style.
the private
I have
jet
to get off my private jet to come
and
here
come pull
again.
up on you.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm excited for this because y'all mark my word. Come back to this interview later, and you're gonna
You're gonna like
this.
edit it and show us saying this, and then we're
Yes.
gonna be like running from the private jet.
I'm gonna be
Come
like
out that
private
private jet,
car.
too.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, I'll cook. I'll work for it. I'll work for my seat. But
Yeah.
no, you two are incredible humin beings.
Thank you.
Designers, artists, dancers, just incredible sisters, it seems like.
Yes.
And you know, Dash takes pride in what you just mentioned, actually. We had Cardi B's first radio interview,
Wow.
Billie Eilish's first radio interview,
Wow.
Post Malone's first radio interview. DJ Ski, our founder, did Lady Gaga's first radio
Wow.
interview. So
That's
I'm
amazing.
honored to be this part of your journey.
Thank you.
And just please don't forget about me.
We
When
won't.
y'all blow up, when you were walking out that private jet, I'm like Vince, like my guy Vince Staples. We used
Yeah.
to be at the barbershop together. Cannot get him in here. Don't forget about us. You know what I mean?
We won't. We will
Coco
not.
and Breezy. I'm gonna make sure I had it right. Coco and
Yep.
Breezy.
Yep.
That is tough. Is there a way that people should remember that?
Our hair.
The
Yeah.
hairs, right?
Yeah, Breezy always has locks. My hair can be a fro. Sometimes it might be braids, but just know that Breezy has locks.
Breezy got the
Not
locks.
dreadlocks. We don't say dreadlocks because they're not dreading. Dread is like negative. They're locks.
You guys don't
For
use
everyone to know.
any negative words.
No,
I'm
but
just
the thing
mindful.
Is, it's
just mindful with the words that we use.
I love that.
And
I
you don't
love-
want, we're not like, because you don't want to be toxic positive. It's not toxic positivity, but it's more about being mindful with the
It's
words
like
that you
mindfulness
put
and being
in.
having intentions with what you say, how you say it.
That makes sense of why when I listened to your music all week, I never felt an ounce of negative energy. Makes sense. Like you guys probably even eliminate words
Yeah.
from your songs.
We actually
Yeah, we
The
actually did
current-
that for Just Say.
because there was a lyric in there that said cigarette.
It said like you can smoke the cigarette,
But
which I don't judge people that smoke cigarettes, but it's not what we're
It doesn't
into.
align with us, and so we had her change it, and she changed it to
Trace my silhouette.
Wow, that's exactly what I'm saying, because even the thought of cigarettes, for example, makes me think of my pops smoking. Like
It makes me
smoking
think of my
way too
parents
much.
smoking when we were kids.
And so you doing that, if I would have heard that in the song, I might have had that one instance of like,
Yeah.
Dad's smoking in the bathroom again.
Yep.
No, y'all really went out. Wow. You guys are generational talents. There's a reason why Prince tracked these two sisters down probably took him like a year to get a hold of you, 6 months or
Probably.
something. There's a reason. I'm honored to be here with you today.
Thank you.
Coco and Breezy. So Just Say, you said videos
Yeah.
being shot. When
Yeah.
can we expect it out?
next month.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
video probably will be out next month because we have another song that's dropping called Magic that drops in October, and that song goes crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Magic's like the one. Do you guys
That's
think,
the
Magic-
one.
is
So-
Magic the one that's gonna like break?
Yes.
the
I
roof?
think Just Say is breaking the roof, but I think Magic is the one that's gonna break the clubs. So like Just Say is gonna break the radio roof, and then Magic is gonna break the clubs roofs.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
excited for Magic. If anybody hasn't heard Coco and Breezy, go listen to Just Say.
Yep.
Video will be out soon, and I highly recommend you listen to You, because that is a
Yeah.
bop.
It is a vibe.
And
It is
I'm
a
very
vibe.
excited to hear Magic.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fire.
Thank you two so much for
Thank
coming in.
you.
Sorry this
Thank
interview is a little
you.
longer than normal, but we could have done this for like 6 hours. Y'all have
Yes.
I had to skip part of your story out because it's such
Yeah.
an amazing journey that you two have had.
Thank you so much.
Is there anyone you
you.
want to shout out before we hop off?
Yeah, I want to shout out my mom. Love you, mommy,
And our team too.
and our team as well. Our team is
Mood Swing,
amazing.
WME, everybody.
That Coco
Coco
and Breezy
Breezy
eyewear team.
We love everyone and everyone that supports us. We love y'all.
We love it. Everybody, this was My Wand here with Coco and Breezy, Breezy and Coco, here at Dash Radio. And stay on the lookout for Magic dropping soon in the Just Say video. We're out. Boom.